So today I want to give you a piece of advice that has proved extremely helpful for me, but which most people don't realize or may not tell you, and that is that you shouldn't rely on willpower for your studies. So I used to do this, and when I was doing my A-levels, finding things difficult, and actually at one point I was struggling and I was not getting good grades, what I tried to do was just use force. Make myself study more hours, more work, more effort, and I thought that by doing that I'd get better results, because you have to. I thought it was only logical. If I just study every hour I'm awake and free, then my results are bound to go up. Well, it didn't work. The reason it didn't work is because all it does is really create stress, anxiety, and aggravation. And those emotions play havoc with your ability to study and get results. Those emotions undermine the ability of your mind to focus, and they also undermine eventually, after a period of time, which may be short or maybe a bit longer, but they eventually, sooner or later, undermine your focus and motivation to study. Because you lose the will if it's a painful experience, if it's a chore, if it's an effort. So the answer is not willpower. Willpower is actually a myth. It doesn't work. What actually works for 99% of people is your environment, who and what you're surrounded by. That's the secret that I realized. And when I joined an online community of other students who had the same difficulties and the same goals, that's when things began to change. That's when I started to realize that I could do this, and I didn't have to be alone, and it didn't have to be painful. And there were ways of working on the quality of study, not the quantity. It's actually not the number of hours, it is what you do in that time that makes the most difference, and that depends on the quality of your focus. And you can't have quality focus if you're trying to use brute force and willpower to do something painful, effortful. What you have to do instead is work on surrounding yourself by the right influences. Because if you do that, you make things that are otherwise hard, easy. Why is it, for example, that you get up at the same time every weekday, you get dressed, you have a shower, you go to school at the same time without even thinking about it. You put one foot in front of the other without any conscious thought or effort at all. Things are effortless when we build a mental routine, but that requires an environment that's conducive and encourages us to create those habits. Part of that's having a team around you to encourage you. Part of it's just being in a healthy space. Part of it is looking after yourself. All those things make more effort than willpower. So my message to you, if you're struggling with your studies, if you're trying to work harder to get results, don't rely on willpower. Think about ways you can influence your environment instead.